Welcome to Countdown to Infinity, a Marvel's Avengers podcast. We talk all things cinematic, all things Marvel Cinematic Universe.
All things cinematic.
I'm
kind of rusty, eh?
I'm a little rusty. A little bit like Deadpool.
Okay.
No?
I mean,
a little like Wade Wilson.
That was just a...
Getting back into it. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Countdown to Infinity. It's been a while. It's been a long time, but we are coming back to talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Ooh. The cast of Fantastic Four being announced. I feel like they waited until we were back to give us the good stuff.
Yes.
Because this is like, people have been waiting for years for this stuff, you know?
We have been waiting for
We've been waiting years. People, we are the people.
We are the people.
We are the ones to make a brighter day.
No. I am just excited that Bob finally got our letters and our phone calls and our messages.
You're talking Bob Iger, not Bob De Niro.
No. So it's just nice to be heard.
Although we should stop sending Robert De Niro letters that says more MCU, because I don't think he has anything to do with it.
That was lost in translation.
It's the wrong Bob.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
My name's Emmanuel.
My name is Sofia.
And we're excited. Are you excited to be back?
I was wondering where you were going with that. Of course.
It's been like a month. It's like putting on an old pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it feels like to me.
No, that doesn't count. I don't like wearing an old pair of shoes.
An old pair of shoes.
An old hoodie? No? What piece of clothing are you like,
I guess
I have a lot of history with this. I can't wait to put it back on.
My engagement ring?
A little bit of a brag.
Just kidding.
You found a way to talk about your engagement in a non-visual medium, because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
If we were IRL, you'd just be throwing your hand everywhere.
No, I mean, they would be able to see that I have to hold my microphone in my right hand because my left hand is just so heavy.
Well, you did it. Congrats. You were able to get it in there. Congrats to you. Let's talk first. We're going to talk first about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
Which in itself is kind of an announcement, because I've been calling it Deadpool 3.
Yes.
Because the second one was called Deadpool 2.
And it's not.
But now it's Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll talk about that trailer, some Easter eggs, and what we thought about it. Then we'll talk about the Fantastic Four cast, of course.
Yay.
And I don't think we're going to really dive into it, but there was also a trailer for X-Men 97, the follow-up. Really, 30 years later from the original X-Men animated show. Yeah, it's been a while.
No.
The 90s.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So X-Men 97, that trailer came out. We enjoyed that. I mean...
Were we just watching reruns the whole time as kids?
Yeah, seriously. We were watching on Disney XD. It's been a very long time. What's really funny, too, is I was texting John and Drew and Brent about this, and I was like, The kids watching this show are 30 and 40 years old now.
Yes.
So I don't know. Like, is the show for them, or is it a show for new children? Because new children now want like Cocomelon and horror stuff.
I mean, it's the same as Star Wars, right?
That's true.
Star Wars, they took obviously a really long gap, and then now people are showing their kids Star Wars, and these kids are going to be flashing back to like, oh, I remember when I was like 5 and Star Wars came out.
You know, in like 20 years, they're going to do like a new Bluey.
Not even, in like 10 years.
In 10 years, a new Bluey that's like more
Disney's
geared
cash
towards
out on
adults.
Bluey as many years as they can.
It's going to be crazy. But we'll watch X-Men 97
Bluey's going to be
as well.
taking her kids to college.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. The trailer was, I guess, released during the Super Bowl.
Wade looks cute.
Broke the that he doesn't, but broke the record for the most watched trailer ever. Let me get this number. I'm sure they want me to read it.
I'm sure it got
365 million total views within 24 hours.
Cute.
I'll say this. And it beat another Marvel film, Spider-Man No Way Home, which had 355.
The trailer.
So a lot of people were anticipating the Deadpool 3 trailer, and they loved it. I'll say it's a little shady. Disney is also counting the Super Bowl ratings in their total. So I guess that counts.
Hey, whatever makes the shareholders happy.
But isn't it like you can add 200 million to anything if you said that it was during the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But that's why Disney released it when they did.
That's true.
Because of all the backlash
the most eyes,
that they're getting from Universal.
Happy birthday to you. All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy. Wilson?
Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Mr. Wilson, you appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wade, you are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus. God, please! Oh my fuck! God, I love this part. Wait! Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
The Deadpool and Wolverine trailer features Wade Wilson, a lot of his returning cast, as well as the TVA.
Yes.
And some great fight sequences.
Yes.
And we see Pyro. We see kind of this world that has the 20th Century Fox logo messed up. He says Disney.
Yes.
He talks about getting pegged. What did you think of the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer?
I think it was very classic Deadpool, very classic Ryan Reynolds humor, which is to be expected because it's now tied to the character. That's what he's all about. I will say I don't like how everybody was so stoked about him breaking the fourth wall when She-Hulk did the same thing. But
Okay.
we don't have to go that far.
Yeah. They both do it.
They both do it. And it's hilarious when Wade does it. And it's just as hilarious when she did it. Okay. But I think I'm so excited, just as everybody else is on the internet, like the TVA, and then also Tom. Come on now. I'm so excited.
Matthew McFadden.
Yes.
Mr. Darcy himself.
Oh my gosh.
What
a time.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I mean, that's kind of the most MCU part of the trailer, right? This is the idea that the TVA, with their timelines.
And Wolverine.
With Loki supposedly being I guess now he's like the backbone of the entire TVA with becoming the living tree or whatever.
He's literally holding it together.
To have, and also remember Deadpool and Deadpool 2 time travels and brings people back. The birthday party when you say that the cute Wade,
yes,
I guess is celebrating a birthday. Some of those characters are dead. So I think Deadpool for sure is used to not just breaking the fourth wall, but traveling around, I guess, the different CUs, which actually makes him kind of the perfect bridge between 20th Century Fox and the MCU. And I can't wait to see what goes on there. But what are some things that you hope to see now that you know the TVA is involved?
I mean, whenever you bring the TVA into anything, it's like the sky is the limit, but not just the sky, but the universe is the limit because you're just able to go anywhere, literally anytime. And I think we talked about this on our Loki pod. Like that's how we figured this whole next phase for Marvel was going to be based on just the TVA and where we can go from there. So it just makes sense. Also, I think tying Deadpool into this is just going to be hilarious because the TVA is such a serious place. Yeah. And he is probably the least serious
He's a little chaotic, for sure.
Zero fucks are ever given with him, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And he can't die. Well, I mean, he can, but it's just going to take a lot of hard
time.
work, a lot of time, a lot of hard work to kill him. If you can even kill Wade.
Yeah, he's a version basically of Wolverine too. Like,
and I also think that the TVA took that into consideration. Like that's why they fished him
want
out
him,
because I mean, hello.
We don't know his mission yet. We don't know who the villain is. Like, there's a lot we don't know.
I think that his mission is going to be finding Wolverine or going towards something that Wolverine is doing. Because I think Wolverine is going rogue.
You think so?
I do.
It's funny because not only do we know Wolverine is in the movie, I mean, it's Hugh Jackman.
And also it's titled.
We haven't yet seen him and his character in this. It's odd because this trailer kind of teases him a lot. We see his shadow.
He's
and
already
all that
in his
stuff.
yellow suit, though.
But I feel like it's also really cathartic for the two of them because Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool did not premiere in a Deadpool movie. It happened in that Wolverine movie, remember? And they're fighting on that giant nuclear power plant.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't remember when that movie came out, but that was like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And here we are 2 decades later, and they are now together again. I think that's going to be really fun. And I think it's going to be all Deadpool movies are funny, but to have kind of that straight man thing with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who we kind of saw in Logan having like a send-off. Do you remember Logan that was Oscar nominated?
Yes. Well, that was a very different...
It is, and it's crazy that we're seeing him back. And he talks about how this is also another goodbye to the character. And I mean, it's pretty clear this is also kind of going to be a very overt tie-in to the Fox universe. So they're not shying from that. I don't think Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy, the director, and Deadpool, the character, they don't shy away from that. So they'll be talking about Fox. I wouldn't be surprised if they talk about the writer's strike as well, because the writer's strike delayed the movie.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of jokes about like, oh, well, look at all the time that was whatever.
I don't know how far, and from all accounts, it seems like Disney didn't really give too many notes, let them kind of do their own thing. But there's so much to make fun of in the MCU, you know? And you're right, She-Hulk does that a lot, and we're just going to be doing it again. And it's kind of crazy it's kind of the shot in the arm the MCU needed. And this is the whole reason why they bought 20th Century Fox, so they could use Deadpool, so they can use Wolverine, the X-Men, use everyone. And I think we've slightly been doing that. We've been, like Kamala Khan says mutant at one point. Like, they're kind of skirting around it. We, in Multiverse of Madness, see Patrick Stewart, actors from Fox stuff. But now you got Deadpool, and they're going to be talking MCU. They're going to be talking about 20th Century Fox, the X-Men, all that stuff. It's going to be really big and a lot of fun. Some Easter eggs. If you didn't see them in the trailer. There's, of course, the TVA is a huge part of it. Aaron Stanford is playing Pyro in this. He kind of talks a little bit. He played Pyro in all of the X-Men films. X2, X-Men The Last Stand. He looks a lot older now, for sure, but that's really fun. Madripoor is in this. Madripoor, which is like basically just a place where stuff goes down in the MCU. We've seen it like 3 or 4 times by now. There's a comic book next to Deadpool in the Void that is an MCU comic book. It's a Secret Wars comic book.
Oh, yes.
Knowing Marvel, that was intentional. We
also,
know
Avengers Secret Wars is coming.
Yeah, that we know that's happening. We already talked about the 20th Century Fox logo and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff in this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think what's really cool about Deadpool movies is it sort of exists outside of the timeline.
For sure.
So you don't have to have seen everything. And I think that's kind of a big issue with Marvel now, is I'm sure people going into, some of the movies that are coming out without naming names feel like they're behind because they haven't seen all of the Disney Plus shows or they didn't watch the last 2 releases. And kind of all that is gone if you're going into a Deadpool movie because it's kind of just like strap in. It doesn't matter. Deadpool is going to bring you up to speed and you'll have a great time regardless of how many of the stuff you've seen.
And Disney knew that going in too. Because Marvel has not done exceptionally well.
Yeah, recently.
So this is crowd pleasing for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Audiences are going to be so excited and so happy.
And we know the movie comes out in July 26th. I was like, oh shoot, we're talking about this movie. You don't even know when it's coming out. It's coming out July 26th.
Yes.
So that's a lot of time. We'll definitely be seeing more of Wolverine and
Another
and all that
trailer,
stuff.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Did you catch that Blake Lively wore the friendship bracelet of Wolverine and Deadpool to the Super Bowl
Aw, cute.
when she was up in that box with T Swift?
Love her.
That's
We love a supportive wife.
That's some hardcore Easter egg branding, right? Like Super Bowl, Taylor Swift. You got Deadpool, Wolverine,
All
on
of your-
Ryan Reynolds' wife's, bracelet. It's kind of next level. And
Yeah.
you know Ryan Reynolds is going to market. He's so good at. He's going to market the F out of this movie. Can't wait
sure.
for that. Yeah.
He's going to pay for it. Don't you worry about it.
I mean, we'll get Mint Mobile. All right, let's talk about another Fox franchise, which is joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's Fantastic Four, which announced its heavily rumored casting in the form of a fun poster that's
Okay.
kind of retro and 60s vibes.
Got
I
it.
don't know if you saw it, but they announced that the cast will be Pedro Pascal playing Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby will play Sue Storm, or the Invisible Woman. Joseph Quinn will be Johnny Storm, or the Human Torch. And Eben Moss Backrack will be Ben Grimm, the Thing. A great young cast of up-and-coming stars, I would say, outside of Pedro Pascal, who is already kind of a known quantity. I mean, The Last of Us.
For sure.
The
Mando,
Mandalorian.
come on now.
He's everywhere.
Yes.
But Vanessa Kirby is pretty new. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things. Eben Moss Backrack, who's having kind of a resurgence, being on The Bear and winning an Emmy for that.
Oh, amazing.
Fantastic Four is going to be directed by Matt Shackman, who made WandaVision. So kind of another great person who's at Marvel. What do you think about this cast?
I am so excited. We all know how much I love Pedro. Pedro, I love you so much. And it's going to be so much fun, even though I feel like each time they make this movie, it is not.
And that's kind of
Great.
huge. There's been
It's
two
like-
versions.
Yes, it's notorious for just not doing great. I'm so sorry. And I mean, Chris Evans, love you so much. You know, we love you.
Yeah.
But like, what was that? Like
Yeah.
it was just.
And then there's that 2015 version.
Jessica Alba was
Yeah.
there for a hot second too.
I'll say this. I like those movies. They were fun, but they certainly were of
Like,
an
what-
era.
Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Hopefully this time around, and then also.
Did you watch the Miles Teller one?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, no. But also,
Go ahead, Michael B. Jordan.
I will say,
I'm just saying.
yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But again,
That one also tanked. Yeah.
I was
Didn't
going to
make
say,
a lot of
I
money at
didn't
all.
watch it because I didn't hear great things.
That
I'm so
director,
sorry,
I think,
everyone.
left the set all the time. It was a hot mess.
Yeah, like, so hopefully Disney will take it over and bring all the names and bring all
Yeah.
of the crews that actually work
Yeah.
to produce something marvelous. And I do hope that that fans aren't going to get so upset as they did when
Yeah.
they tried to sprinkle it in.
I don't think they will. And part of it is because of they're
This is full on Fantastic Four.
the first three or the other three Fantastic Four movies were all kind of existing in their own universe, like the Josh Trank
Yes.
version,
Yeah.
the Tim Story version. Like those things were like, okay, we're kind of our own story,
Right.
No connections to anything. This one is set in the MCU, and it's also set in the past. I think the '60s in a different universe. So that's like a whole lot of stuff that makes it really unique.
Yeah.
And different from the first iterations of Fantastic Four.
Okay.
I assume like aesthetically it's going to look very retro. There's going to be a lot of, I'm sure, just kind of dated stuff in them. And I don't know like how important the connection will be to like our universe's MCU.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point, yes, there will.
To Fox.
They're all going to secret wars and fight all together at one
Yes,
point.
yes.
But I feel like there's enough here to make it feel different. And, we've seen this before. The Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class all kind of took place in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And they worked really well. Like those were kind of fun, to see submarines in the Cuban Missile Crisis and John F. Kennedy in a superhero movie. It's kind of fun to see. And this one's kind of like focused on, the moon stuff. That's
Yeah.
kind of how they get their powers. And, we were talking about old shuttles going into space. I don't know. we'll have to see. And Pedro Pascal is going to be really great.
Yeah, I just hope that it does okay. I'm worried.
I mean, I feel like I don't know when, but at some point I'm going to say this may be the best Fantastic Four movie, and that's just partially because the bar is a little lower,
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't need to see it all the way to start to feel that way.
It's like every 10 years they want to make a It's
But for some people, Fantastic Four is top 5
oh, for sure.
superhero.
For sure.
Spider-Man's up there 100%. Batman is up there.
Uh-huh.
But then you're like, Fantastic Four, they're kind of the founding family of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to be big. And I'm glad that now that they are going to be back in theaters, I guess. Marvel, Disney's saying, let's bring it back. But yeah, Fantastic Four will be fun.
We'll watch it for sure.
We'll watch it. Yeah.
I'm not going to pull a 2015.
I'm excited. I'm excited, but you're
it.
right. There's a lot of work to be done for people to be like, is this going to be good?
There's
because
just a
the other ones
standard
weren't
now.
great.
Yeah.
And it's not just Fantastic Four either, because I feel like that's why we don't see another. Again, this was, I think, Ryan Reynolds again, but a Green Lantern movie. that first one just didn't do well, so we're not. They're not going to do one of those for a long time.
That was also Blake Lively.
But we'll see. Hopefully, Fantastic Four is back. Okay, but that's it for this episode. Good Deadpool trailer.
Yes.
Great Fantastic Four stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool is coming out this year. Fantastic Four is coming out 2025.
And X-Men 97.
X-Men 97 will... let me look up when that comes out.
It's gonna... I wasn't sure exactly what we were going to do with that. I was not expecting X-Men 97, can I just say? Because where did that even come from? I thought...
What? They announced it like 2 years ago.
I know that they announced it, but it's like, why? But I guess it goes along with Deadpool, like the timing wise. Like, it's like, oh, guys, remember we had X-Men.
I hate to be like weird about it, but part of me believes they just did this because it's animated. Because the X-Men, the animated series came out in 1992 and ended in 1997.
I appreciate the animation style that they chose.
Which I enjoyed them, but at the time when they were coming out, I was like, I'd rather watch Batman. There's so many other animated stuff.
Oh, Batman was so good.
Yeah.
It's like that dark animation, though.
Yeah. This new one, I don't see a release date yet. March 20th, 2024. So that's March of this year.
Nice. It's just like a month from now.
It's only going to be 10 episodes too, which is a lot. But I mean, like, this is animated. And I feel like that's why they did it, because they were like, oh, it's easy. We can do 10 episodes of an animated show, So I don't know. We'll have to see. My biggest question is this something they want to like, are they aiming this at us who remember that, or are they trying to introduce it to a new generation, or maybe both? We'll have to see.
Yeah,
but we'll watch that as well. So we'll be talking X-Men 97. We'll be talking Deadpool this year. We've also got another Captain America movie later this year, supposedly. Again, you never know, things move around. We're talking all that stuff, but we've come to the end of this episode. Sophia, what do you have to plug?
Ooh, well, just thank you so much for sticking around. We appreciate you so much.
Look, Fantastic Four art. Doesn't that look like it's going to be a fun retro movie?
I mean, yeah, I saw this online. Yeah. I'm super.
And if you go to Disneyland, they're going to retro out Disneyland.
I'm grateful for it. Okay. I'm happy that it's happening. Okay. I'm just hesitant.
Not a big fan of the '60s, huh?
It's not that I don't. I mean, there's things that happen.
Notoriously bad time for America.
Yes, but I mean, I think that they got all these names because of the flops that have happened before.
Yeah.
So
that's what John said. John told me
they're trying to make up for the flops.
He's like, I love the cast, but also it feels like they just Googled who are the hottest actors of 2020 or whatever. Yeah, they're definitely not. And this is from
what
the
is
Iger.
Their chemistry like? Like, I can't see them together.
This is also, I guess we can talk about it here, but on the earnings call from Disney, Bob Iger said that they are going to be focusing on already existing IP and stuff they know will work. And so that means a lot of sequels and a lot of big stars. So yeah, they're not going to go unknown. We're not getting an Iman Vellani. We're not going to get...
we were already doing that, though.
So Xochitl Gomez. Like, we're not getting any of that anymore. It's not going to be that. It's going to be stuff we know.
We were already doing that.
Yeah. What?
All the Marvel stuff, we were already doing all that.
I'm saying they're not going to do another Miss Marvel, or they're not doing any of the smaller stuff anymore.
Oh,
they're not going to do an Echo. They're not going to do that.
Thank you. Anyways, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
At least for a while.
For a minute, sure. Anyways, but thank you for hanging around.
Yeah.
And being so patient with us. Life is just crazy right now, but we appreciate it. And if you want to check out any of the other things that have not changed, please check out the Patreon that Delphin Pod holds at patreon.com/DelphinPod, DELFINPOD. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, you sure can. Everything's going to be _Simply Sophie, SOFIEE.
Yeah, we've got a lot of pods. A lot of them release. Our Wrestling Pod Dirt Sheet Radio comes out pretty frequently. Our Scream Slush podcast is on, there's a video podcast at Patreon, but you can also listen to it. It's free for everyone. Just look for Screen Slush, and we're heading into the Oscar race. That'll be really big then. Yeah. Cool. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.